Hello again, partners. Can you imagine this is report number 82, and we salute a very special woman. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to fully tell you who she was until the end of the report because it'll be more fun this way. I can tell you that her name was Mary. Her birth name was Mary Ball. She was born in the fall of 1708. Mary Ball was a spoiled child, but not a nasty one. She often told her friends later in life that she wished she had had a brother or a sister, but Mary Ball was the only child. When she was only 3 years old, her father died. When she was 12, her mother died. Mary was very much alone, but a lawyer in her town realized that there was something special about this young girl. The lawyer, George Eskridge, filed legal papers to adopt her. Mary Ball got a good education and matured into a woman with a great poise and education. She eventually married a wealthy planter in Virginia and was the man's second wife. At the time, Mary didn't know that the marriage had been arranged one for her. You see, her guardian, the lawyer George Eskridge, had worked behind the scenes to make sure that Mary found the right man to marry. His matchmaking worked, and Mary was none the wiser about the arrangement. Well, Mary was 22 at the time, and in Mary's time, though, 22 was old. Many wondered why she had not married earlier. Isn't it strange how times change things for us? Well, it was not long before Mary began to do what everyone expected. She started having children. In the next 10 years, Mary had 6 children: George, Betty, Samuel, John, Charles, and Mildred. By the way, her first son was named George in honor of George Eskridge, the lawyer who had adopted her. Well, Mary was hard-working and fully assisted her husband in running the plantation where they lived. Her biggest asset may have been her ability to be a good parent. After all, she had become an orphan when she was so little. She was determined that her children would have a wonderful childhood and be given the chance to excel. But it so often happened in colonial times, people died early. Mary's husband, Augustine, died just 5 years after their 6th child was born. He was only 48 at the time. Her oldest son was only 11 at the time, but the young boy soon stepped in to help his mother manage the farm. Mary lived to be 80. She died in 1789. Just 4 months before her death, she saw a wonderful sight. Her oldest son, George Washington, was sworn into this country's first president. How proud she must have been. By the way, there are reports that Mary Washington never liked her son's political views and once told a friend she didn't think George would make a very good president, but she loved him just the same. So this time the story is of a lady who was George Washington's mother, but who is all but forgotten in history. Isn't that strange? Dennis, you're so great. Okay, guys, you know the drill. Look up there, those 3 boxes. The one on the far right has the big red X. Click that one, not anything else. And then you'll come right back here to our report page for the rest of this week's comments. I have a good friend I've known for so many long, and Terry Whitsett, he's helping me now while Dennis is in the hospital. I'm so happy Dennis gave me the several video honorees before he went to the hospital for his operation. But if my little buddy Terry Whitsett wasn't here, I wouldn't have been able to do this one today for you. Thank you, Terry. And to thanks of all you partners who've been so helpful with your contributions to our little foundation listed below. Yeah, those tax-free checks mean so much. Bless your hearts. Please remind the teachers and principals in your area to let me come to their history and civic classes to tell my versions of stories they no longer teach today. Hey, I love getting those hugs from the students, and we always hold hands in a circle, closing our sessions with a prayer for one another and our leaders in Washington. God bless you. Dennis, you're doing so good. Keep on getting well and come on back. We love you, and everybody else does. They keep talking about you. God bless you, and God bless America. Dennis, thank you again for researching the stories to bring to our partners. I'm going to say it one more time. I love you. Go get 'em, Tigers!